Hi everyone, Luton here. Now, we're on 1943, Battlefield 1943. Now, a lot of you may have seen the videos already, but this week I've been talking about player quality in Battlefield and how it's been declining. And one of the things that I've said is that it would really help to have some form of tutorial. Now, lo and behold, it turns out in 1943, Battlefield 1943, which was released on the PlayStation and the Xbox, it did very well, download only from their various stores. It's got a tutorial option. And it's got a huge walkthrough option and a text piece as well. So we'll have a look at these. It starts you off, it leads you through everything. I cannot believe that this exists for the 1943 game, but it doesn't exist for Battlefield 3. It starts off very, very simply. You configure your looking up and down. Now, stupidly, I did not notice on screen it actually gives you the option to just simply change your axis. So I automatically went into the screen. It shows that, you know, sometimes from experience you can be a little bit too preemptive there. But this, I was amazed at this. When I started playing 1943, because I'd played tons of Bad Company 2, I didn't go looking for this tutorial option. It didn't really occur to me to look for it. However, I think it's amazing they've included this in. So first we start off and the guy is telling us to go towards the objective. It gives you a little thing to navigate and you move up here and it tells you that these cross things are what you need to be looking for when you're in the game. It then gives you a couple of targets just to practice your aiming. And remember, because this was a download only game, you wouldn't have a single player to get used to these kind of basics.
Let's see how you can help win this war. Follow the rifle markers to the group of huts on the right of the trench and we'll liberate them.
Okay, so now it's telling us to follow markers to capture the bases.
But you need to slow down if you want to use your gun.
Okay, and it's also saying, you know, you can run, but you need to slow down if you want to fire.
Just get close to that flag over there, Marine.
Okay, and it's saying that we basically have to be close to the flag in order to capture it. This stuff is amazing. I mean, it's so straightforward. This is exactly what Battlefield 3 needs. Why did they not include this in Battlefield 3? I don't understand.
The base is now ours and we can deploy troops and gear from here.
Okay, and then it's telling you the benefits of capturing a base. Okay, so now and then it gives you a little thing, get in the tank, off we go, on the way, we shoot a couple of vehicles. You know, it takes you 5 minutes to complete this, but in that 5 minutes it gives you absolutely everything you need to know about playing multiplayer. Why did they not include this in Battlefield 3?
Tells you what direction the tank is facing.
Look, it even tells you about the HUD on the tank. It tells you everything, and it gives you all the controls set up. You could literally pick up this game having never played it before, and in 5 minutes you know everything you need to know about the game.
The latter is best for soft targets.
Okay, so we're just moving up here. First we have a couple of light targets, a couple of little jeeps to take down. So we can just get a little hit on these. And then we've got a tank to take out, obviously, last. And the best thing as well about this tutorial mode, I kind of have cut this together, but on this tutorial you can wander around the map for as long as you like. There's no time limit, you can explore the map, you can get used to the destruction, the controls, completely at your own control. And remember, when multiplayer came out with Battlefield 3, you had no private server option, you literally had to just get in the game.
You can also check your recon map by pressing start.
It's just telling us there about the map and what we can do by looking at it. And, you know, that's what I was doing there, just bringing up the map. And it shows everything we need to know on there. So we're going to capture the airfield now, just the same as we did the one before. So you see it's reinforcing the idea of capturing bases by making you do it twice, not just do it once and that's what you got to do. You need to capture this so that you can then access the new things.
Great work. You might turn out to be a true Marine after all. Close to you is a shooting range, an airplane, and an air raid bunker. You're free to explore these and learn more. I advise you to take your time and get familiar with the gear. At ease.
Okay, so there we go. Now we've learned the basics of capturing, moving around the map, and now we get to learn a little bit about classes. We've got a little shooting range that we can practice our accuracy on. We also have access to all soldier kits so that we can swap in and out and practice our gear in-game, so we don't need to go out and change our classes. So to begin with, I've got the Rifleman kit, and in Battlefield 1943, as with Battlefield 3, you had various, you know, perks and equipment. So you have, I think you got a rifle grenade with this one, and you have a bayonet for your rifle. The sniper class, you have C4 and a pistol. Remember, you don't get pistol with other classes in the Bad Companies in this. I think you did with Bad Company 2, though, actually. Okay, so we go with the infantry kit.
Infantry grunt, you're lethal up close, and your bazooka will give armor a good run for its money. Your connection to the engineering troops gives you access to the wrench, which lets you repair vehicles.
See, and then by picking up the kit, he's then telling you what your role is in game. He's saying you're excellent up close, anti-armor, and repairing vehicles, so people will now know. And also don't forget, you can destroy buildings as you can with all battlefields. That's our little wrench there. We can club people to death and repair vehicles. Yeah, multi-purpose. Okay, last one, scout kit.
As a scout, you have a sniper rifle that lets you hit from extreme range. Your pistol will provide some defense if you're caught hiding in a bush.
Notice the gorgeousness of not having to take a breath before you fire. It just stays steady. Okay, we get a lovely bayonet that we can handle people with for melee. And we get our nice pistol there. Nice sound on that pistol, nice weight sound on it. And we'll just go back to the rifle. We'll check out the rifle to just check out the rifle grenade that I was saying about, and also the bayonet.
This is the rifleman's gear.
There we go. So you get a rifle grenade.
Excellent at taking out infantry, especially at long ranges. Your rifle grenades are great.
And you only get 3, but remember with 1943 they would recharge. And of course got our normal frag grenades as always. And then basically the melee move for the rifleman, you just whack your bayonet on the end of the rifle, and you can be quite lethal with that. The advantage with this was that it gave you extra range. So compared to the other ones with the wrench and the other thing, you basically, you'd have to be very up close. Okay, now this was unique to 1943. I thought I would do this just as a demonstration of everything this tutorial provides.
Flight of heavy bombers to carpet bomb the enemy. Each island has one, and they are only available when the radar dish is spinning. During a raid, you can only release bombs once, so be mindful of when you press the trigger. You're invulnerable while using the bombing raid, but the individual planes can be shot down by the enemy, leaving you with fewer or no bombs to drop at all. Your mission now is to hit the airfield.
This was a really nice mode. It could be quite devastating if the friendly aircraft on your team didn't deal with these bombers. It could be really devastating if the entire team were like holed up together.
Try not to hit your own guys.
And it's pretty straightforward. You just line up your bombers, and when you get near the base, you just click fire, and away you go. Ba-bam, 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 bam, bam. Simple as that. Now wait until you see the devastation. Look at this. It's like wiped the base clean. Total devastation. Okay, just a couple more things now in terms of the actual tutorial itself. You get in the helicopter. You get in the helicopter? There's no helicopters. You get in the plane now. A lot of people have complained as well about Battlefield 3. I see this comment all the time saying they wish there was some kind of aircraft tutorial because they get frustrated. And it gives you a nice little thing to do, so you've got a little target to aim at, and it also means you get used to the very basics of, controlling the aircraft, accelerating, turning, banking, blah blah blah. Banking and turning, same thing, isn't it? This will make your plane more agile. And he's just telling you about the plane and like what you got to do to fly it, blah blah blah. Look at the lovely graphics as well, I have to say. I do particularly like this. I was a bit disappointed with Battlefield 3 Wake, mainly because it's always nice and sunshiny like this, and you've got nice water and stuff. And Wake on Battlefield 3, I mean, it's cool, but it's very bleak, it's very murky and, sort of dark, which I was hoping it would be a bit more shiny like this.
Way to go, Flyboy. Only one decoy left.
Also, I should say that something with this compared to Battlefield 3 is that you really can stall these aircraft. If you don't fly fast enough, it will start to go down. You really can lose height. It's quite easy to kind of pick up speed again, but if you're banking too hard and you're slowing down too much, you can suddenly like drop from the sky, and it can be very difficult to pick up enough speed again. I still think there should be some more severe stalling option in Battlefield 3 to prevent aircraft from just flying around and around endlessly. That gave us a very simple overview of how to play the game, but there was actually a text-based version as well called How to Play, and I'm going to read it through for you. Basically it says, Battlefield 1943 is about taking and holding bases, shown as flags. You can see them both in the world and on the minimap. Holding a base means your soldiers can deploy or spawn there. Most bases also have vehicles that you can use, so capturing them gives your team more options. You cannot capture the enemy's home base or aircraft carrier. There are two ways to enter battle, on flags or spawn. Auto spawn puts you at the friendly flag that is closest to the action, and flag spawn lets you select any friendly flag to start at. Each team has a starting number of reinforcement points or tickets represented by the 2 bars at the top of the screen. Every time a killed soldier re-enters battle, a reinforcement point is deducted. If a team loses all their points, it will lose the match. When a team holds more flags, the opponent's tickets will diminish faster, so taking and holding flags can speed up a victory. So by doing this, you see they're really establishing the basics of the game, and it's telling people what they need to do. There are 3 soldier types, or classes, that you can play: infantry, rifleman and scout. They have different weapons and are effective at different ranges. In addition, an infantry soldier can repair vehicles with his wrench, and the scouts have remotely triggered explosives. Infantry is the most effective class against vehicles, and riflemen excel against other infantry. The scout is most effective when hidden away at extreme ranges, and all classes have a melee attack for when things get personal. Play your class to win. Even though you have an infinite amount of bullets, it's important to keep an eye on your ammunition, and make sure you keep your gun reloaded. Some types of ammo like rifle grenades will take a little while to replenish after having been used up. This is indicated by a small timer over the ammo icons, and you can force this replenishment at any time with the reload button. Personal damage is indicated by a red screen effect. The more damage you are, the more prominent the effect. If you take heavy damage, you're advised to take cover for a while to recuperate before returning to the fray. This is about vehicles. Vehicles in Battlefield 1943 have different uses, just like soldiers. Cars are great for transportation and limited anti-aircraft support. Tanks are good against infantry, while boats make excellent transports from carriers. Tanks can repair on repair stations in some bases. Fighters are dangerous to almost every other combatant, especially tanks, but they are vulnerable to anti-aircraft guns and other fighters. They are powerful once you know how to fly them properly. Successfully using planes means you need to control both throttle and rudders. Fighters can repair by flying over a landing on airstrips and carriers. The bombing raid can repel enemy attackers at one of your bases or help clearing up an enemy base before trying to capture it. The bombers in a bombing raid can be shot down like any other plane, so you need to help stop enemy raids or protect one of yours. Stationary weapons are placed at special places on the map. There are 2 types, anti-aircraft guns and machine guns. Both are good against fighters, but watch out for snipers. You make an excellent target for them. You can use any vehicle on the map, no matter what side it belongs to. And last of all, squads and teamwork. You should definitely try out squads once you become more familiar with the game. A squad consists of 4 people playing together as a tightly knit unit, and you can get to share a voice channel just for your squad. You can easily locate each other in the world through the use of the HUD and the minimap. Even more powerful is the ability to spawn on each other to stay close, and you're rewarded with points for helping each other out. You can mark any flag by quickly tapping the command button. This will put a ring around it, suggesting an attack or defend target for your squad members. This is a purely visual indicator and can help the squad coordinate their actions. You can join a squad automatically after the map has loaded, in which case you'll be grouped together with other people who want to join a squad in what is called an open squad. This can also be done at any time in-game by selecting squads from the in-game menu. If you prefer to have more control, you can invite your friends and create a squad which is only accessible to you and your friends, known as a closed squad. So you see, this tutorial tells you absolutely everything you need to know, and it can be played in about 10 minutes. Now, are you telling me that that is not worth having in the game on the front of the menu, on the front of the main menu of the game, so that new players to the game can just play this and they will know everything about it? I guarantee you that when I put this up, there's going to be a lot of players, new players to Battlefield, who are going to be saying, why was this not in Battlefield 3? Anyway, thanks for watching this one, guys. It's been really interesting. I'm amazed that this is in here, and I'm amazed it's not in Battlefield 3. I just want to take your attention right now to say, look how gorgeous this water is. I was always particularly amazed by how beautiful the water was in 1943, Battlefield 1943, and look at the lovely colour, and look at the lovely sand there. Isn't that nice? Anyway, thank you for watching. See you for some more Battlefield very, very soon.